Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppets, today joined by
Jacob the Lord of Malts.
And it's my birthday today when we
birthday.
shoot this. Thanks. And thanks to all you guys who commented on Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff. Thanks guys. So far it's been pretty good. This is the main event. I'm not sure if this will be posted on my birthday, probably the day after. I have company over. This guy drinking beers with him, and my mom and sisters watching some handball in the other room. We had some food with him, and Jacob was by sharing some beers before he goes back to Greenland.
Yes.
He's again back for a short visit here in Denmark.
Going back in a few weeks after Iceland.
Yeah, going to Iceland as well. So we're reviewing a beer today. You saw it in the title. It's pretty fitting for birthday beer. It just came out in Denmark, like for the non-Mikkeller pre-release. Mikkeller had a pre-release where they only got to sell it like a little bit early, and then a lot of other shops got it as well. And this is none other than the Founders 2017 re-release of CBS. Oh man, so this is a little bit daunting and interesting going into this, because Jakob and I, this was one of the whales that really like got people talking back in the day. When we started trading, this was one of those like heavy hitters that was
the white whale.
Yes, and it traded for so much. It was one of those like it was so hard to get beers. We never traded for it. We traded for a lot of other stuff, but we never actually got around to trading for this one. And I think it's also because it took a lot of stuff, actually. Not even just a single bottle of Blobber was enough back in the day. Depending on who you traded with as well, and it was also very limited. But they've since done it in keg releases, but this is the first time since, I think it's maybe 2011 or 12 or... I can't remember. It's something like that.
Wasn't it larger bottles as well?
Yeah, it was larger bottle. But it is the same size in the States, the large bottles. For Europe, they decided to go with this smaller format, which is kind of cool. So we get it in 4-packs here. We can get well, you can buy a 4-pack, but the prices on these are 15. No, 6.
Yeah, about 15.
6 to 8. Yeah, almost $15. More like 13 maybe. But still, it's not a cheap beer. But that's Danish standards. That's how it is here. So, but I actually still got 3 bottles. This one and 2 more to put in this other. But this is, as I said, Founder CBS. This is, they say that on the label. I think back in the day they didn't say that, but it's basically their KBS but aged in maple syrup bourbon barrels. So these are barrels that previously held bourbon and then maple syrup and then KBS. And KBS is the kind of imperialized barrel-aged version of their breakfast stout, which is made with chocolate, oatmeal, and coffee, which this one is as well. So, in maple syrup bourbon barrels, I've heard so many different opinions on this. Back in the day, I've heard like from a lot of people. Stefan, who we worked with, another beer geek, says this back in the day was one of his top moments in like beer experiences. But I'm sure other beers have topped it since with the whole maple game that's been so popular. But I love maple in beers. I'm really excited about trying this one. Fitting beer for a birthday. It's 11.7%. Let's check out CBS, finally, after so many years. Wow. But it's really impressive that
like
they
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, fucking crazy. But it's really impressive that they did a European release of this. Yeah. I'm really happy that... Whoa, I can smell the chocolate here. This is memory line. I haven't had KBS either in ages. This will be great, hopefully. But, yeah, pretty much a pitch black colored beer.
Basically, yes.
It looks very nice in the glass. Yeah. Actually, I'm also glad that we get the small bottle format, because then it's easier, you know, to sell her. Yeah, or maybe also, you know, just you can actually sit and drink one.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Cracking a 750, you'd be pretty smashed.
And it's easier to open a small bottle than a 750.
Yeah, getting yourself to it as well. But yeah, pitch black, nice tan, roasty looking, kind of mocha colored head.
Yeah, so you fist away rather quickly, but it's easy to generate again.
But it's also a high ABV.
Yeah, respectable for 11%.
Yeah, but let's check out the aroma. Yeah, CBS. Oh, that smells really nice. Very chocolatey.
Oh, yes.
And bourbony. I'll say the maple is not jumping out at you as much as in other maple barrel-aged beers.
No, but you definitely have a sweet, sugary, kind of sticky...
I mean, you're definitely smelling maple syrup, but loads of chocolate and fresh kind of like...
And some
coffee. Espresso roasty notes, dark chocolate, milk chocolate.
And some Hubba Bubba, kind of.
Hubba Bubba?
Yeah.
There's gum?
A little... fruity gumminess.
I don't know. Maybe, I can see like fruitiness, maybe like dark fruitiness.
I definitely get it in there as well.
A bit of alcohol, but it's strong beer. Yeah. Roasty, toasty, nutty as well. Slightly. Yeah. That's pretty nice.
Probably the
really interesting.
Yeah, the nuttiness I interpret as something else.
I don't know. Do you want to dig in?
Yes, I'm ready.
Cheers.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, dude. Oh, that is really nice. Really, the maple is definitely there, but it's coming in the aftertaste.
Wow, this is
it's very
really
well
good.
balanced too.
Yeah. It's not. Oh, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I had KBS not that long ago in Copenhagen, and
it is really good actually. So, I would say this definitely. I saw a lot of people being disappointed, but if you're expecting like maple craziness galore, it's not that. It's maple flavors for sure, but it's not like when brewers pour in straight maple syrup into the beers.
It's really balanced and really complementary to the
the coffee and the chocolate and the base beer. Lots of bourbon as well. Yep. That kind of vanilla, almondy bourbon flavor you get sometimes from the barrels, along with like a nice charry oaky flavor, and then loads of chocolate.
Yes.
And loads of coffee. And then you're getting that kind of sweet maple syrup. And I think especially in the aftertaste.
When it's really going there. And then you have that roasty coffee aftertaste, and then some spirity alcohol
like
aftertaste.
Bourbon spirit type flavor. And then there's more roastiness than I remember on KBS actually. Yeah. There's a little bit of heat, that's for sure. I'm glad I have some more bottles to age, see how it develops. You should buy some to bring.
Yeah, to Greenland. Yeah, we should do it.
Or bring home or just, I don't know, just to have some before it sells out. The bottle shop we have locally got 300 bottles. They already sold half in one day.
It's impressive on a Monday.
Yeah, and in Aalborg. But they also have a web shop, so. But,
probably there.
Yeah, this is really good. Does it hold up to the hype that it had back in the day? Probably not. Other beer, I mean, it's still a fabulous beer, but I'd say other maple beers are better.
Yeah, but compared to its time, I could definitely see it.
Yeah. I mean, back then there was nothing like this at all when we were getting into craft beer. The closest craziness was probably like the variants or the variants on Dark Lord. Like the very first, when it was still called Vanilla Bean Marshmallow and not like the Vanilla Hangy or whatever it's called now, which we reviewed back in the day, one of the OG Dark Lords. That was probably some of the craziest crazy, and also the brewery stuff and all that. But this was, in the same vein. You can actually kind of see connotations to some of the breweries, big, huge barrel-aged beers. Not as much barrel characters in those and whatnot, but it's the same amount of adjunct flavor, kind of. I'd say, at least from what I remember. But nowadays, so many other brewers have just gone crazy over the top with all the adjuncts. So you definitely sense that this is a beer that was created a few years ago. But it's still a fucking fantastic beer. And I'm still going to go... Last time I had KBS, I gave it a 96. First time I had it, I gave it 100. You can just see the difference there in your palate evolving. But I'm going to go... I like this more than KBS for sure, but it's not like a Hoppets type beer for me. I'm going to go 97. I think this is very, very well made. Barrel-aged Imperial Stout with lots of coffee, chocolate, and a nice maple flavor as well.
Yeah, I fully agree, and I'm actually thinking 97 as well. I really enjoyed it, really drinkable, and really drinkable. A few years ago, or maybe even catch me on a drought in Greenland, and this would be it.
Yeah. Sitting up in the polar
high
ice
Arctic,
and sitting there sipping your maple beer. I still urge you guys to check out Founders CBS. Don't give up an arm and a leg in trading for it. You should get away with trading some much more easier to get beer nowadays. Also because, it made it to Europe. Distribution of this is very good. So if you couldn't get it locally, I'd say definitely trade something, but not knock yourselves out. So maybe like a variant or just Bourbon County, because that's also, if you're based in the States, that's easier to get nowadays because they ship it everywhere. But not Europe. Please bring it back. But yeah, guys, let us know what you thought of the 2017 CBS if you had a chance to try it. What did you think of the original one if you got to try it? I didn't, of course, and we didn't. Yeah. But let us know. Hopefully someone can do a side-by-side with the original, and that would be fun.
Interesting.
See if someone do that. We'll do that online on YouTube. Not us, because I think it's pretty hard to get the old batch by now. But if you guys had a chance to try it, let us know what you thought of it. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And we're going to say cheers.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And see you guys in another beer review.